everyone. Today, our group, myself, Ferdos, and Amelia, are going to talk about how the media tells us to think. I think this topic is important and needs to be talked about if there's a lot of negativity and hate in the media, and it needs to be discussed to spread awareness. Because it's rarely talked about. Yes, teachers in school talk about the dangers of social media, but what about the hate that people experience from it? It can harm how other people think and maybe put a negative impact on the person. Yes, other people are not responsible for how one thinks. However, we put these things in the media and it does affect them and it's in our hands. This is how we're raising future generations. For those, how do you think the future generations are going to react to this kind of hate?
So how they're going to react?
Yeah, and how how we're raising future generations and if it's good or bad.
I think it could do good and it could do bad. If we raise future generations, like it just depends what you're seeing. If you're seeing something that spreads positivity, it's gonna do good. If you're gonna see something that spreads negativity, who knows, So yeah.
Amelia, what do you think about this?
I agree with Ferdos. I think that it can make a positive and negative impact on our future generations.
Something that the people don't know is that when we see these negative comments, the media is influencing those people to do the same, to write negative things about other people. And this can go on and on. Whatever you do in the media will always influence a person no matter what.
Okay, so how does the media work, or how does social media work? Well, there's this thing called the algorithm. It's a set of rules and different calculations used to keep you tuned. An example is, have you ever thought of something and it just popped out in the app you're using?
Has for me.
Hasn't for me, but it
Has
might
it for
happen.
you? Well, it's no cool. If an algorithm could use psychology tricks to keep you scrolling, I'd guess they tell you information about different subjects and you'd believe it. That's why social media shouldn't be your main source of news. And yes, social media does spread awareness, but what happens when spread awareness on something false? So that leads to social media deepening opinions and affecting voting. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that's true?
Yes, I think
Yes,
that's very true because the media can be very influential.
Yeah. So so it causes insecurities, right? And that's one of the factors that and things that the media can put on us.
There are different types of insecurities. Physical appearance, comparing yourself to others. In this example, social media can put this on a person, like when you post something on and it's a picture of yourself and then someone in the comments might say, "Oh, you have weird hair." This can cause an insecurity. Amelia, do you think this is true?
I think it's definitely true because sometimes you may write a comment and you might not know how much that can affect the other person that you might be writing about. Or maybe someone that just comes by and reads your comment. And sometimes when someone gets an insecurity, sometimes it's very hard to get rid of them.
Ferdos, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I agree with Amelia. Like the fact that also just being told, hey, your hair is this, or just a facial feature. Sometimes it's hard to, you know, uh, stop that insecurity from controlling your mind or something like that.
This one time, I was scrolling through social media and I came across this post where a man said that women should wear makeup, dresses, and high heels, and boys should wear pants, shirts, shoes, and for a fancy occasion, a tuxedo. There are a lot of people who can get offended because this is not true. And my opinion on this is that this is totally wrong. People are putting gender on pieces of fabric and that clothes, and there's no gender on a piece of fabric. Riddle, do you
I
think this
totally,
statement is
yeah, I love wearing sweatpants and I like wearing hoodies and stuff like that. I think high heels hurt your feet, but yeah, some people do like high heels, you know? That it doesn't have to be like a girl or a boy, you know? So I totally agree with you, Margarita.
Amelia, do you have an opinion on this?
I personally detest dresses and skirts, and I find high heels very inconvenient. But I guess some people may like them. You know, that's their preference. But I just think that I feel like people should also stop putting a label on stuff. Like for people will pay special occasions, you have to wear a dress or you have to wear high heels. They would assume that wearing a dress would look nice, whereas in wearing something else wouldn't be. And I feel like people should really stop doing that because as a girl, I don't like wearing dresses, but if I have to go to a special occasion, then I would have to dress to look nice, and I really don't like that.
So back to the media. So it doesn't literally control our brain, right? The media gives us information which impacts the way we see the world and our society. We know our personal values, such as like friends and family. However, I bet we spend more time on like looking at our phones than actually, spending time with them or even reading a book. Kids, read your books, bro. Look at Amelia. She's so smart. She reads books.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
Shout out to her. um, as the media gives us information, I would assume we'd be digesting whatever we're reading, which contributes to what we think about and how much we think about it. And I think depending on your morals, it'd be like depending on your morals, it could be harmful. Like thoughts turn into opinions, which turn into behavior, which turns into actions. But just because you think of something bad doesn't mean you have to do it. Just like throw it in the trash or something whenever you're thinking of something bad. Um, but people who have control, so people who have control over the media, maybe even have control over us. Like maybe we're we're robots. What do you guys think of my theory?
I personally think your theory is correct. I think that when you sometimes have an opinion that I think that the media can subtly influence and subconsciously influence your opinion, which can make you sometimes you're not even aware that your opinion has changed about this topic or subject. And I think that's why sometimes people become robots without even knowing that. So I agree with your theory.
What about you, Margarita?
Your theory is right because, like, some people who have power to change things, like the action that they do, it influences someone to do the same because they either look up to them or they think that they're right, and then they might do the same.
That's cool. So it really does depend on who has control over the media, right? So that would be like an authority figure or like an influencer. And sometimes when we, for example, you or somebody else, I don't know, that we take in and then we tell somebody else about it, and it's like, and then it's this whole cycle going around, right? So, but what happens when our favorite influencer doesn't fit our narrative? Um, and they do the total opposite of what they preach and what you believe in. Would you turn a blind eye? an example, Margarita, you let's say you love dogs, right? Okay, so you watch this influencer and he just he just goes on with his camera, posts about dogs 24/7. You love watching him, they're such cute dogs, right? But then he makes this one video and he shares his true feelings about dogs and that he actually loves cats better. What do you do?
It's a 50-50 thing because I want to go back to still watch the videos about the dogs, but then I'm hesitant because he says his true feelings about dogs and he likes cats better, so I'm not sure what to do in that situation. Because I want to see the videos, but then I don't want to support someone who doesn't like them, even though they're making these videos.
Okay, well, one of the comments, I don't know who, but they said it depends what we disagree on. That's understandable, yeah. So what if what about you? What about you, Amelia?
Well, I think that if they did something wrong, I think first I'd also weigh the situation. Again, let's say that if they did something in the past, then I would probably think about it. Maybe this person is genuinely sorry because maybe they've had time to grow, right? Maybe because they were so young back then, now they're more mature, they're older. Maybe, like as you grow older, obviously your opinions are going to change and stuff like that, right? So maybe they are genuinely sorry. But I think even if you maybe are doubting them and you don't want to support them, that's okay. But I don't think you should send someone hate no matter what happens because that might really personally affect them. I
I
feel like if you're sorry, I'm sorry.
no, I was just saying I love that point you're making.
Yeah, like if you're really mad about like what they did, just don't support them. You cut them out of your life, but don't send hate to them because that can really affect their mental health and stuff like that.
Amazing point, you guys. You see how Amelia's bringing out these amazing points? It's because she reads books, you guys. Just a reminder, read books. Um,
Shout out referrals to being supportive.
um, so um, what if? How do we know that we actually like stuff? Because sometimes we like stuff because our friends or our family like them, or we don't like something because our friends or our family don't like them either, or we're told if we don't, or if we do like if we like the opposite things, we're not on the right side of media. But is that your fault, or is it in the hands of who taught you or what your morals are? Because of the algorithm. Like just questioning like why does this have such an why does the media why do I like this so much? Like how does this why does the things that I like have such an impact on me? What do you guys think? Like do you believe that you like something because some like your friend or your family like something? Like there's this one thing I like that I like because I'm so exposed to it.
I do think that I do agree with you. Sometimes it's some people will think that they like something, but really it's because someone they like or someone they're close to likes that thing. I talked about previously about influencers. Maybe at the time you don't really you're like a subject you don't care about it, but you hear that your influencer, your favorite influencer, loves that thing. Then you're gonna be like, okay, I look into it, and then sometimes you might subconsciously think and you might subconsciously like it just because your influencer likes it. There's subtle impacts like this that will make you think that you like it when really it's actually people around you making it seem like you like it.
Yeah.
If it makes sense.
Comment said, I think we like things because we're surrounded by it or influenced by it. Yeah, I totally agree. But sometimes we could like the opposite things of what we're surrounded by. Just be different like that. I don't know. An example like of an authority figure though, or like a influencer, I guess, is Trump. I want to talk about like how he used the media to win the election. He has a personality who likes to be the center of attention, a businessman and a performer, right? And him and Twitter, bro, you guys, they're very close. They're best friends, if I do say so myself. um, and his bestie here, it Twitter helped him win the election. I mean, he had a leverage against other candidates by him using social media to his advantage, because he, he tweets a lot of stuff, you know, and that did, even if sometimes it is unnecessary, which I honestly think is smart, despite the unnecessary tweets he could be making, whether bad or good.
Yeah, I agree with your point. I feel like I'm not surprised I figured out that Trump owns Twitter. But past Trump and Twitter, social media can also make one obsessed with validation. Nowadays, people are always looking at how many likes, followers, or comments they get on their posts. Some people are so obsessed they even spend money on followers when they could spend the money on something much more valuable. The amount of followers someone has can deeply affect one's reputation. Certain people may also get bullied because they're not popular enough on social media. This is called cyberbullying. Cyberbullying can cause many problems such as depression, insecurities, and in extreme cases, suicide. Social media can not only bring cyberbullying, but can also cause subtle changes into someone's personality. Social media can be a good way to make new friends or entertain yourself, but it can be just as dangerous as enjoyable. Question discussion. What can we do to prevent this or stop this?
Yo, the comments, they're shipping Twitter and Trump. Whew, do you guys ship it? I think you guys ship
They're
it.
a good ship, you know. They have a mutual relationship, you know.
Yeah.
So makes sense.
Yo, they have to invite me to the wedding though, you know. I'm talking about this, so it is my duty to be at that wedding. Oh, they broke up. Ah,
Damn.
that must have been hard on Trump. Very hard. I feel bad. But what can we do to prevent, like you said, Amelia, the negativity and cyberbullying, or just like the harm in social media?
Yeah, what do you think are some ways that you can prevent or stop all the hate and negativity in social media? Be mindful of what you're being exposed to. Okay. Yeah.
Well, you could be the start of not, like, compared. Let's compare the how much we use social media 2021 to the 2000s, right? That's like I feel it's a big difference, right? Especially because of COVID-19, people are using social media so much more. But what if you could be the start of using social media less and less in the years, so uh, we don't literally have to stop social media, or, like, you know, abolish social media, like take it out of existence. You could just be the start of it, and maybe it won't actually come to that point where social media is like over with, I guess, but it could you could be close to it, you know. It could, yeah.
No, yeah, that's a good point. You know, baby steps, baby steps.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also think that even though like you can't control others, right? We all know that, but you can control yourself. So as far as saying, you know, control yourself. Maybe don't use social media as much, or refrain from like being putting comments. You know, think twice. Will this affect someone else? And is this being mindful? You know, maybe think twice about commenting or posting. You know, so then that way, maybe you can really avoid from writing a lot of negative comments on social media that could affect others.
Totally agree. And make sure you guys read books, you know, read books. And I
Exactly.
don't,
Yeah, take a break. You know, read a book, man. There's so many books
yeah,
out there.
go socialize, you know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Learn from Amelia over here. Learn from Margarita here.
Yeah, learn to be positive and supportive like Ferdos, you know?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Margarita, what do you think could prevent social media from being a toxic outlet?
Guys, read Percy Jackson. It's really good. But let's move on. Sorry. There's just a lot of people recommending books, you know? So, or Harry Potter. Harry Potter is pretty cool. Got a lot of words. Oh, sorry, Margarita, continue on your point if you have a point, you know?
Okay, so you can also be mindful on how other people might think about, like, you're posting a post, right? So other people might have a different opinion, so be mindful of their opinions and maybe put another post with their mindful opinions, because all opinions are valid unless they're hateful.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be playing a video just about now.
Social media has become part of our nature. We post, we share, we like, we follow, we unfollow, we subscribe. But how is social media affecting us? A small study of 20 college students found a correlation between students who demonstrated higher levels of Facebook addiction and activity in the amygdala striatal system while they interacted with Facebook symbols. This activation was the same seen in those with substance addiction. In a 2016 UCLA study, teens were split into two groups. One was shown a photo with a high number of likes, and the other group was shown the same photo, but with fewer likes. Those who viewed the photo with more likes were more likely to like the photo themselves than the group who saw the photo with fewer likes. Again, it was the same picture. This experiment found activity in multiple parts of the brain when teens saw photos they took receive a lot of likes. In particular, the study found significant activity in part of the brain's reward circuitry known as the nucleus accumbens. Dopamine is released in the brain after positive social stimuli, such as likes and positive comments on social media. That photo she just posted, she got a bunch of likes, releasing dopamine into her brain and causing a feeling of satisfaction. Psychologist B.F. Skinner found that mice would respond to certain stimuli they knew resulted in a reward more often when the reward came at variable times. This theory can also be applied to social media and the times we check it looking for a reward in terms of a like, comment, or message. We habitually check our accounts, but we are not always rewarded. Maybe this photo didn't get the amount of likes you wanted, so you will try again and again and again, looking for that reward. But wait, something else. Have you ever felt your phone vibrate when it really didn't? According to Robert Rosenberger of the Georgia Institute of Technology, we've become so connected to our phones that they've sort of become part of our bodies. Anytime something stimulates or triggers sensation in an area where you keep your phone, you might believe it's your phone. This is called phantom vibration syndrome. Studies show that nearly 90% of people report experiencing these phantom vibrations.
That was a good video. I know we've been talking really bad about social media and the media right now, but I have a question. What if the media wasn't created? We wouldn't be, sometimes we wouldn't have the friendships that we have, you know? So not all of media, the media is bad. That video was deep. It was. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Could you live without the media? Not that you can't, but like you yeah, could you like survive without it?
I think for me, it depends on what kind of social media you're talking about.
What's your favorite?
Probably YouTube. I'm not gonna lie. I like watching shows. I I don't actually use Instagram that often. Um, but I do like look at celebrities' posts and like what they say and stuff like that. So I do use Instagram, but I think I could definitely survive like a little bit without it. You know.
Yeah, when I say survive, I don't mean literally, by the way.
Yeah, but it's like, would you be able to stop yourself from going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. YouTube,
But
I wouldn't, but Instagram, probably.
with your panda videos?
Yeah, I have to look at the panda and seal videos, man. They're so cute. You need to understand.
What about you, Margarita? Could you resist dog videos?
Yeah, I can stay without dog videos for a while because I will only like watch dog videos a while because the media sometimes it can just get you hooked on for hours and hours, and that's hours of your day kind of wasted, and you can do many more awesome things. But right now we kind of don't have a way to do awesome things because what's going on in the world.
Yeah, someone says some people get rich off of social media. Yeah, that's a great point. So it can benefit some of us. It could do the total opposite to uh, all the others, you know?
Yeah, social media can also like really ruin someone though too, right? It's a double-edged blade. It can make you sometimes famous and rich, or it'll make your life hell and miserable and sad. So
I
depends.
like the first option better, Amelia, honestly.
I think everyone prefers the first option. But that's why but that's why, right? Everyone prefers the first option. That's why you
Things
gotta
are
be
so sad.
careful, you
You
gotta
can
be
only
careful.
sad and like
Bro, you're acting like I was saying some people like the last option you
uh,
said.
I have this
Absolute hell.
question. Would you rather
Sorry, what, Margarita?
I have this also question. Would you rather be rich or would you rather be happy? You can be rich and sad or not happy at all, but you have money.
I would rather be happy because I think most people want to be rich because it gives a feeling of happiness. Because when you're rich, it gives the idea that you can obtain anything, right? Because money basically can get you. Well, it's a thought that it can give you anything, right? And people, why do they want so much things? Why are humans so greedy? Because they want to be happy. So if you're happy with where you are, then you won't have the need for money.
I disagree with you, Amelia. Wait, you said like humans are greedy? I don't think humans are greedy. I
I said
think
no, like not like all the time, but like it's always like that where like you want something, but then sometimes if when you obtain that, then you're gonna be like, then I want another thing, you know?
yeah. Just the want for more.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Yeah, like they always want for more. No, obviously not all humans are greedy, but like
It's what
it's
they
in the
do for
seven sins, man. It's in the seven sins. I don't know what to tell you.
it's what you do for what you want. You
Yeah.
look at YouTube, like people create videos, um posts on the daily, but sometimes they're happy doing it and they get money from it.
Yeah, So I mean, I think everyone would rather be rich than poor, It's the obvious choice. But if it was to be happy and rich, I would choose happiness because I think if I'm happy, then I don't need the money. I don't need to be rich because I'm already happy,
Yeah,
you know?
that's a good point. Wait, so if you were sad and poor, would you say you'd blame
Your
it on
life
money?
sucks.
would you,
What? Sorry, what?
would you blame it on the money?
I think money is, when it comes to people, money is quite a big factor when it comes to happiness, because it's just, well, it's like you can still be happy without money. It's just that you're more likely to be sad because you don't really have a home to live in if you don't have money, because the world relies on money so much that it's kind of hard to even like live without money, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but if you're sad and poor, then your life sucks. Like, I don't know what to say, you know? Like,
It is what it is.
but yeah. Yeah, someone says money can be a way to get happiness, but it cannot buy happiness. That is very true. That's why the term can't buy happiness, indirectly, money can buy happiness. Directly, it can't though. But indirectly, it can. It can buy you something that will make you happy, you know?
Yeah, but some things don't need money to bring you happiness.
Yeah, like your friends, you know, family, and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
but like your friends or family, maybe you might not have any friends because of money, because of that factor. So
Yeah.
money can buy you temporary happiness. Yeah. Facts, yo. The comments are, yo. You guys are speaking facts out here, bro. Yeah. I think, yeah. It doesn't last. Yo. I just got this question from the comments, but can money buy you long-term happiness?
I think it's debatable. Directly, it cannot because it is an emotion. So, directly, no. But I think that, again, indirectly, it can, because either it can buy you something that makes you happy, or maybe, I don't know, some people just like love money, like Mr. Krabs, you know, he's obsessed with money. So, you know, if he sees money, he'll have long life happiness. So, I
Yeah.
guess in a way it can, but directly it can't.
You guys, just so you know, I know we've been speaking bad about social media all along in the media, but you guys, it has also given us like we're talking right now. You know, it's social media. Get it? Oh. Okay. I think this is the end of this episode. Make sure to tune in to Yelda and Fatima in music in the next episode on music. You know, but yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.